The Manchester Derby is on tomorrow. It's Man City hosting United at the Etihad, and obviously, these teams are both in great form. United winning the previous four of its Premier League games, beating Liverpool, beating Leicester City, beating Southampton, and beating Arsenal. That is what United has been doing in the previous four games. Even Man City, I've seen them beat Wolverhampton Wanderers, Bournemouth, and very many other teams in there for you. But this time round, it is the big game between the two gaffers who really believe in the same style of play. Erik ten Hag has not yet really instilled his style of play at United, but obviously has gone ahead to do the needful and really instill it but Pep Guardiola has gone ahead to instill the style of play at a side which goes by names of Man City, and they are really the usual team that always comes in through. Welcome to United Matters channel. Rock and David is my name. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now, I would like to go on and really bring you my predicted starting 11 of Manchester United before I really get into the breakdown of this game of football, because I really believe it's really going to be so much great in here and you guys are really going to enjoy it. The system is 4-2-3-1 for Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has really adapted this system at Manchester United, and I've not yet seen him really do a lot of tinker changing into this system, like to a 4-1-2 to a 4-1-3-2, 4-1-4-1, 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, and very many others in here onto the United Matters channel. So in that system, obviously, we are really going to be having, obviously, the usual suspect in goal. That is David De Gea is starting in goal for Manchester United, unless otherwise he gets an injury. But no way I'm not seeing David De Gea into the starting 11 of a team which goes by the names of Manchester United as far as that game of Man City is concerned. Trying to improve on his ball distribution, people coming out and really not giving him the respect he deserves as they're comparing him to Dean Henderson, because to me I really believe that comparing De Gea to Dean Henderson is one of the biggest insults in the world. So I believe has been done a very good job, one of the best shot stoppers in the world, and obviously trying to really get into this sweeper goalkeeping role, and we wait and see what is going to happen into that game of football. But obviously, in short stopping is great. Let's wait and see whether United will go ahead and really play this ball from the back as they've been doing against teams like Rio Sociedad and very many others that really give them the ball and leave the ball to them. So David De Gea obviously starting in goal, and now right back, obviously Diego Dalot has really gone ahead to put a commanding start into the United start of the season. 6 games played. He has a couple of assists, and obviously when he went to the national team, he played very well in that game where Portugal beat Czech Republic by 4-0. Diego Dalot scoring a brace into that game, putting him into the levels of the scoring fullbacks of the Portuguese national team for the very first time, going in to score a brace. So I believe he's going to go ahead and really start into this game of football. Obviously, he has been looking good defensively. He defended Martinelli. He defended Luis Diaz. He defended the likes of Harvey Barnes. He defended the likes of Adams. So he looks like he's really great and having a very fantastic season at Manchester United. And obviously expect him to start onto the right back of Manchester United, and I know he can really close down Jack Grealish. Malacia, a man who really slet down Mohamed Salah and really had some good performances against Bukayo Saka, though Bukayo Saka really sat down a little bit, but obviously he's one of those that has really gone ahead to put in constant performance at Manchester United, throwing Luke Shaw to the bench of United, and obviously Malacia is one of those I expect to come in through and really start in this game of football to close down Riyad Mahrez, because I believe Riyad Mahrez is going to play as a right forward for a side which goes by the names of Manchester City. It's going to be a very trying game for Malacia because Riyad Mahrez is one of the best right forwards in the world football, not in Premier League football, but world football, and is going to face him for the very first time. Lisandro Martinez, a man who has been really talked a lot about that he's not really worthy to really defend into the Premier League, but he has really sat all these haters down that is going to face Haaland, and people have really come out and really started him, the likes of Jamie Carragher, coming out and really throwing in a banter to Lisandro Martinez that the best thing Erik ten Hag should tell Lisandro Martinez to hide away from Erling Haaland, forgetting that he has played thrice against Erling Haaland, and Erling Haaland has not really scored against him, and other games they played against a team which goes by names of Ajax, and obviously it never really came in through to that level of Jamie Carragher trying out and to select a player who has gone ahead to disprove very many players and pundits into the Premier League that height doesn't matter. It's all about your ability to win aerial balls or aerial duels, and his aerial prowess is really one of those that is best in the Premier League. And when you look at the tallest defenders like the Virgil van Dijk, Lisandro Martinez has gone ahead to really register good aerial prowess as far as duels are really concerned in the air. So he's starting with the left side of the central defense alongside a man who is fantastic that Erik ten Hag has really described as the leader into this central defense, that is Rafael Varane. Remember, Rafael Varane never started the season. He started it on the bench as Harry Maguire started, and after losing the 2 games, Erik ten Hag changed his mind and brought in Rafael Varane, and Rafael Varane has really shown us that he's really one of the best partners into this league of football. And obviously him and a player who goes by names of Lisandro Martinez are really doing great and looking fantastic into that central defense of Manchester United, and their main role is really going to be patrolling a man who goes by the names of Erling Haaland, and we are waiting to see who is really going to be patrolling Erling Haaland in this game of football, because in the game of Arsenal it was mainly Rafael Varane trying to really find and really tight mark a player who goes by the names of Gabriel Jesus. Now we are going to see who is really going to go ahead and really tight mark Erling Haaland into that game of football. Where we are going now, it's a really big question that everyone is really asking on Casemiro and Scott McTominay, who is going to start. If I were me in this game of football, I would have started Casemiro, because Casemiro went ahead to play close to 90 minutes in that game of Brazil. But I know Erik ten Hag is going to stick with his man, that is Scott McTominay, in a double midfield pivot. Scott McTominay has gone ahead to prove to us that he's really one of those players that is the most improved under Erik ten Hag, and we are here to really hail the manager for the good works he has really gone ahead to instill into Scott McTominay, and Scott McTominay is going ahead to prove to us that he's really improving. And guys, we are no longer selecting Scott McTominay, and people really thought that I had another year of Scott McTominay, but I never really see the potential in him of really being a CDM, but he's really trying to improve onto his passing game. I rarely see him really doing the side passes. Nowadays, he even receives the ball in a half turn. Lots of work done to him by Erik ten Hag, and I believe he's going to come in and really start him in this game of football. So, all what the other managers, Mourinho, Rangnick, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer saw in this guy that they failed to get out of him has been really gotten out of him by Erik ten Hag. And I know by the end of the season, maybe Scott McTominay will be one of those players that have really ventured into being talk about as good central defensive midfielders in here onto the channel, which goes by the names of United Matters channel. Then guess who is going to be playing alongside with? I think it's going to be Eriksen this time round. It's going to be Christian Eriksen in there for you to play into the double midfield pivot of Manchester United, a player that is acting as a connector. He links the midfield to the attack. He gets that ball from the back four and really passes it to find the likes of Bruno, Anthony, Martial, Rashford, Ronaldo, and very many others. And he's really a revelation into this game of football. When you saw him play for the national team of Denmark, he plays as a cam. It was not until they had 2 goals that the manager told him to really go ahead and really play deep, just close to the defense, because he's also good to that level that Erik ten Hag has really coached him to play that. And when you look at a player like him, when you reach that age of 30, it's better to drop deep. You see, even Luka Modric, the way he plays, however much really travels a lot of distance, but he's playing deep. Remember players like Pirlo. You see, when Pirlo really got old, he turned into a central defense midfielder. And I believe that Eriksen, with the output he's having on the ball, he's really going to play a lot of football for the remaining years of his life, because he is going to look like he's 20 or 25, because him playing deep doesn't require him to do a lot of running with the field of play, though he has registered the most covered distances in the 6 games all United players have played into the Premier League. But Eriksen is a revelation, and you know that midfield area, he's really going to go on and really be great, because we need him to go ahead and really start those attacks like he did against Arsenal, because obviously we know that Man City is going to be having the lion's share of the game, but trust me, when you're having Eriksen, he can get you that pass that none of the Man City midfielders can even block or could even think of. So he outthinks others and really lays in that pass into the game of football. Then, after Eriksen, obviously Bruno Fernandes, captain fantastic, getting back to where we expect him to be, trying to run, work a lot, and no longer selfish as he used to be. He no longer does those Hollywood passes. He has turned into a player that I'm even admiring and really want to be watching game in, game out. And this is all courtesy of Erik ten Hag improving these players and making them what they're supposed to be. Recently, Bruno Fernandes wouldn't start in the Portuguese game. Remember that very well. But Erik ten Hag coming in through, and Bruno played 180 minutes in both games that Portugal played against Czech Republic and Spain. Shows you how much he has improved into playing as a central attacking midfielder. And obviously Bruno Fernandes is really great, and credit to Erik ten Hag. And I know he's really going to be one of those players that is going to be pivotal into this game of football that is the derby in Manchester, and obviously going ahead to really show these players that obviously we can go ahead and win. He's captain fantastic to me. Captain 4 games, 5 games, won all of them, and all of the games we've lost, the 3 games we lost this season so far, have been brought or have been captained by a man who goes by the names of Harry Maguire. So Bruno Fernandes playing off that side, and guess who is going to play as a right attack midfielder? To me, I believe Antony is starting this game of football, because he really gives us a lot of balancing coming in onto the right attacking side of the midfield. And secondly, I believe he has not yet grown into this team, and obviously he's not used to the Premier League, because Eredivisie and the Premier League are totally different leagues altogether. But Anton has come in through, and he has really gone ahead to put in the needed effort, like scoring the goal onto his debut. That really cut pressure off to him, and that pressure will come maybe in January or at the end of the season, because he really showed the people that, oh, I can come in and really hit the ground running. But I believe he just needs to get used to the league, and I know getting him on the ball and in most areas where he's really so much a threat to the opponents, that's where I really believe we should improve on him. But I believe him, and he's going to start onto the right attacking side of the midfield. Left attacking side of the midfield, the informed Jadon Sancho, 3 goals scored this season, and he's still up and running. And in games like Man City, I believe you need players like Sancho who are really going to go on and be patient with the ball, not running every time, and his patience can help you really build onto the level of a team that you really want to beat, like Man City. Because you see, Man City are really compact and they play highlight. Now, if you're having players that are really so much good on the ball, like Eriksen, Bruno Fernandes, Sancho and Antony, that really gives you a reason to go on and really create a lot of threats onto the defense of Man City. Because when you look at the defenders of Man City, they can easily be nutmegged, they can easily be dummied, they can easily be sat down, and with the jinking feet of Sancho, I believe he can send them the wrong way and really get that good pass or find that ball into the back of the net. So I believe this guy who goes by the names of Sancho, is really going to be so much pivotal into this game of football as we go ahead and really watch it, especially facing a man who goes by Kyle Walker. Very good on pace, but obviously in situations like these, there is nothing you expect apart from really bringing what we call the quality of his talent into this game of football, as you saw him sitting down the likes of Virgil van Dijk in that game of football against the side which goes by the names of Liverpool that we won 2-1. Now, who is going to lead the line? To me, I believe Ronaldo is fully fit, has been playing. He played 180 minutes for Portugal, 2 matches, 90 minutes each. Martial has returned. been training all week, and I believe he has not been training not only all this week, but I believe 2 weeks he has been training and is fully fit. Marcus Rashford too is fully fit, and in a game like this, what do you do with the manager? To me, I believe in this game, I would have started Anton Martial, but having spent a lot of time without playing football, I can't really start him. I can't really start him because I believe he has been out for so long, and that does not guarantee him to start. And I believe in a game like this, I go with this guy. Guys, I go with Marcus Rashford. I don't know what you think about it, but for my case, I go with Marcus Rashford because I believe a lot in him, that he can really play some good 30 minutes, some good 60 or 50 minutes. Then you take him off, or you take Sancho off. You switch Rashford to the left attacking side of the midfield. Then you bring Anton Martial or Ronaldo to lead that line in the remaining minutes, because you will need his pace, especially according to how City plays, and him leading the line has shown us that there's a lot of improvement into his game of football. You saw him put up that assist in the game of Leicester City, and the other assist came in the game of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. That assist he gave to Anthony to score that goal for United that opened up the lead for United at Old Trafford. So I believe in lots of players, but I believe Rashford must start the game tomorrow. So that is my predicted starting 11. But Manchester United, what are they supposed to do? I believe we are really going to leave the ball for Man City, and obviously Man City is going to really try a lot to create chances. But I believe we can break the play of Man City and really get a result from Etihad. I believe the most realistic result, it's a 2-2. You get? It's a 2-2 or a 1-1 draw. You get? But I believe a win can go either sides. But the most realistic result I'm really seeing in this game of football is obviously what we call a draw between these two sides. I don't know what you think about it, but to me, it's really a draw for these two sides. But you guys have the right to go in there for you and tell me what you think the result is going to be in here onto this channel, which goes by the names of United Matters channel. Now, there is something I want to bring onto your screen because you guys need to go ahead and really know this. Man City versus Man United. Oh, Gabriel Jesus has just scored a goal in here for you to put Arsenal ahead. So, Arsenal 2, Spurs 0. You get? So that's it. So, you're seeing that is the predicted starting 11 of Manchester United on their field of play, but there is something I really want to bring onto your screen because you really need to know this. Head-to-head record Manchester United versus Manchester City. And obviously, this is how it's really going down at Etihad. And when you look at the head-to-head, obviously, 50 Premier League games have been played in between these two teams. Man City has won 17. United has won 24. 67 goals scored by Man City, 71 scored by Manchester United, 11 clean sheets kept by Man City, and 18 clean sheets kept by Manchester United into this fixture of football. And you now know where you belong into this game of football and who should really come in through and do the needful into this game of football, where United is going to be hosted by Man City at the Etihad. Now, Lisandro Martinez versus Haaland. To me, I believe Haaland is a threat, but it depends on who he's really going to be playing against. If that other Mings of Aston Villa really defended him very well, tell me, why don't I really believe that United can go ahead and really do the same thing? So I believe in lots of things and lots of quality into this game of football as far as it's concerned, because I believe we are really going to be a threat in this game of football and we are really going to cause a lot of havoc to Man City. Sit back, play a little bit of high line, and then use the likes of Ericsson, Bruno, Sancho, and Anthony that are so much confident with the ball to do the needful. And what a game to come in when you are having Anthony Martial on the bench, waiting to come in and really do the hold-up play, because Erik ten Hag believes in Anthony Martial, and Anthony Martial is so much integral into this system of Erik ten Hag as far as this game of football is concerned, because you saw what he did in the game of Liverpool. He comes in through, confident with the ball, he gives you the best that he does, and he breaks play every time. You really need him to really sit down defenders and really do the needful for side which goes against Manchester United. My prediction is a draw, but a win is possible for both sides, but I see a draw written all over this game of football. But your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Who do you want in? Who do you want out? And who do you think should start between Casemiro and Scott McTominay, between Ronaldo, Rashford, and Anthony Martial? Who do you think should lead the line? Because I think those are the most contagious positions in this game of football of United in the for you. But Man City is really a very good team and we respect them, but that doesn't mean that we can't really get a result from their home. So thank you guys for watching in. I sign out for now. See you later. Rokan David is my name. I sign out for now and I hand you over to the Almighty Lord. I'm out.